Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be doing a bedroom makeover for my pre-teenage son. He's 12, he'll be 13 this summer, and his room is in desperate need of a makeover, as you can obviously see. The floor, if you've watched my videos, you know that I've mentioned before we painted the hardwood with an oil-based paint, and it has started to peel up really bad, so we're going to be replacing the flooring, we're going to be painting, we're going to be putting some closet doors on and some new decor, new bedding. It's going to look so much better. This will be done vlog style, so I hope that you enjoy that and get ready for a huge transformation. So thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I hope that you enjoy this. Okay, so this is the new light we're going to be putting in the room. Marion's going to take down the ceiling fan. I like this. It was kind of like industrial look with the black wire on it. Jaxon's new lamp is like that, so it matches. This was around $30 at Lowe's. I'll link it down below if I can. It was exactly actually what I was looking for, so I'm very excited. It's a perfect size. It'll be a lot higher on the ceiling than the ceiling fan, so he won't actually hit the light when he's like using his VR set, and it's just gonna be a lot better. He never uses that fan, so. And it's the brand Allen and Roth, in case you're wondering.
Don't drop on yourself. I'm just exposing the electronics right now.
So he's in here taking down the fan. This fan is, I don't know how old, but you know, it was here when we bought the house 17 years ago, so.
So this is an electrical detector, right? So it's got a little metal contact right in there, and when you push the clip down, it'll chirp. So you know it's working, right? So then you can hold it up to a wire, and it's gonna go off so that you know there's electrical current, right? So even though I turned the breaker off and we don't have any power going to the light, we want to make sure that this wire is not hot.
Not live.
Because something else could be still, you know, powering it from something else. All right, bulb is in. Go ahead, switch.
All right. There we go. It's hard to see, but it makes the ceilings look so much taller. That's awesome. That's what it looks like without the bulb shining in your face. But it definitely makes these ceilings look taller. I love it. I'm gonna take these curtains down because we're not gonna reuse these. They're not gonna match the comforter we got, so. Okay, so Marion's gonna bring in the flooring pretty soon and start on this. But I'll tell you what my plans are. This is a desk he got for Christmas, and he has a chair, but he's in there playing with his friend on Minecraft. So this is probably gonna stay right here, and then my plans are, I would like to put the bed right here, but it kind of, you know, takes up the center of his room, and he likes to use his virtual reality set, and he needs like some space, so I'm not positive. We have to probably move it around and see, but I'm gonna go buy some chalk spray paint in black to paint this bed. It's definitely seen better days, but I think all boys' beds get messed up. I don't know. I'm gonna try black spray chalk paint. I've never tried that before, but I've heard it's really good. So that's gonna be my plan for the bed, and then his dresser, and then I have a nightstand that's in my basement that my sister gave me. That's gonna be painted probably like a dark gray, maybe like this color, I'm not sure. I have to make these decisions quickly though, because see, this is black, his desk is black, and so I don't know, I really like that black industrial look, and I would love if his bed was like one of those black metal beds, but it's not, so you know, that's what the headboard looks like. So I'm just gonna try and paint that black, and then I'm either gonna probably put this, like leave this where it is, or put it against that wall, and then a little nightstand there. That's possibly what we're gonna do. And then these are the closet doors that are gonna go right here. I'm gonna attempt to either paint them or probably paint them to look like barn doors, because I wanted barn doors up here, but just for the hardware it was like $90, and then you have to buy or make the doors, and I thought if I could find an easier, quicker, less expensive option then I would do that and have them still kind of give me the look. Because I'm not really caring so much about the actual like hardware and all that, the barn door look, as much as I want the doors themselves to kind of just look like wooden. But see, now that we got the flooring that looks more like wood, I'm gonna have to sort of see, and maybe the barn doors may be a lighter, not like this wall, but somewhat. I'm not positive. I did paint this wall to look like wood planks, and I might go over some of it with white and just like make it lighter. I'm gonna keep the color on the walls because this hasn't been here that long. This is the same color in the rest of the house, but I am gonna pull it out and touch up some of the spots and also touch up some of the trim, or a lot of the trim, because he's a boy and, you know, can be kind of dirty. So the white trim is gonna get touched up. And this star, when I redid his room before, I was saying a lot of y'all said I should paint that blue to match like his rug and his comforter, and I think I might, I don't know, because his new comforter, I'll try to link that video. I don't know if I can link it in the cards. I might have to link it down below. But I showed like a haul of some of the things I bought, and I bought him a new comforter, which you'll see in this video, and some new wall decor. I've been holding on to that for a couple months, so I'm excited to actually use all that. Enough talking. I think, Marion, are you doing oh, he's taking the old hardware off the doors because we got them at Restore, and they're not the same, they're not matching doors, but I'm gonna paint them to match, and they do fit perfectly across this way. They fit perfectly across this way, but they are a little tiny bit too tall, so he's gonna have to cut a little bit off. And then our plan also down here is to, this is the old carpet that was in the whole room, which we took up and then never put any kind of tack strip or anything, so he's going to put a tack strip down there, and the closet's going to stay carpeted just because it just makes life a whole lot easier, and nobody will even see it. And so we'll just put a tack strip. It'll look a whole lot better.
These are like these old style.
These are the doors we got, and I knew this was going to be a chore, but they have like these hinges on them that are going to have to come off, and one of them has a doorknob, so I didn't really think about it, but we're going to have to fill in like the hole where the doorknob is, because it's not going to have a big doorknob like that. The other one was an actual closet door and doesn't have this big doorknob, but this was like just an interior door. So between the hammer, the sledgehammer, the hacksaw, he finally got this out, but he realized that someone had actually nailed it to the door. So that's fun. That was a lot of work that shouldn't have had to be a lot of work. But see this hole, we're gonna have to fill this in so that you know, you don't have a big hole, because it won't have a big doorknob like that. We've also got to take off these hinges that are painted onto the door. Okay, this side of the floor has been cleaned, so we actually had to just put the desk in here. I was going to move it out, but because of the shape of it, we would have to take it apart to move it out of the room, and nobody wants to do that, so we just put it over there. So then obviously when this side is done, then this side will be moved over, and we'll clean that and then do that. And look at this wall. Gross. So I'm gonna wipe this down. Like I said, I have paint I'm going to touch up, but I'm just going to like wipe all that down because that's gross. It even goes behind his door. How does that even happen? I don't know. Okay, so I did want to mention that I did not actually get a video of the actual flooring in the boxes with the label and everything. I apologize for that, but I will try to find it online and link it down below, along with anything else that I'm able to link in this video. So just make sure to check the description box for all that. Marion also picked up this flooring installation kit. He put our floors in the living room and dining room. He did all these, but he didn't have one of these. So this is going to come in really handy. It's got like clips to help you along the edges. And then the hammer, of course. He has one of those. But anyway, this was like 20 bucks at Lowe's. So that's going to be very helpful. So he's just said he's spacing right now These are super, I mean, once you get going, they're not difficult. You just snap them together. I guess I need to move. So these come with directions, kind of a lot of directions, but so he's just laying them to figure out where to lay them. Once he gets going, it's gonna go quick, but I guess I'll show you the floor once he's got it finished. It's gonna look drastically different than it does now. Look at that. I just can't even. I'm gonna be so jealous of this room. I'm gonna want to stay in here. I'm gonna make this my room. We might actually put these in our room too. That's kind of cool.
It is very cool.
So that $20 for that toolkit was pretty.
It was worth it just for that.
Just for that. So they are taking the bed apart so I can take it out, and then we'll actually set it back up outside so it'll be easier to spray paint. But this is what I'm going to be using. This is the Rust-Oleum, I'm out of breath, sorry, I've been running around. Rust-Oleum chalked ultra matte paint in the color charcoal, and then I bought some of the matte clear protective top coat because that's what this suggested if you wanted to, you know, make sure there's no you know, peeling or chipping or anything like that. And he's a boy, 12 years old, so you know, he's rough on his things. So that is what I'm going to be painting once we get the bed outside. Alright, so I loved the bed so much, I decided instead of the paint that I was going to use to do the dressers, I'm going to just use the chalk paint. I kept saying black, his bed was going to be black, but really the chalk paint, it's like a charcoal. It's not really black, and I was going to use sort of a lighter gray on the dressers, but this is kind of in between the black and the gray, so I just decided to do them all. So I went back to Walmart, I grabbed 3 more cans of paint, I've finished the bed now, and I'm gonna just take this out, putting all his clothes in his new hamper for now. I'm gonna take these out and paint them, and then my plan is to paint them, and then also, we still have a few more hours of daylight, so also I can put a coating of the clear coat, like on the, I'll probably put it like on the fronts of the drawers, the tops of the dressers, and then on his bed, and then that needs 24 hours before you're really supposed to move it. So that'll be tomorrow evening. We'll be able to move those back in, and maybe possibly by then the floor will be done, and if not, we'll move them in, you know, whenever it's done. Marion's about halfway through with the floor now, so I'll show you what it looks like. I won't tell you what he feels like though. But look at him, how amazing it looks. I just love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and empty these drawers and take all this outside. So I wasn't really loving the way that the chalk paint looked on the dresser. I loved it on the bed, but I didn't really love it on the dresser and the drawers. But for now, it'll work. It's this dresser is like over 100 years old when I got it. I got it off Craigslist when Jaxon was born. I needed like a dresser / changing table, and they told me it was 100 years old when I bought it. So it's got quite a few layers of paint over it, and this is probably the last time I'm gonna be able to paint it without just totally stripping it down and repainting it. I would like to keep it just because I've had it since he was born, but I did not love the way that the spray paint looked on the dresser, but it is okay. Once I got it inside, it didn't look terrible, but like I said, it wasn't my favorite, but I did love this color, and I think it'll work for now. Okay, so dresser's done, bed's done, nightstand and all the drawers, and I'm gonna let them dry, and then I'm gonna put a coating of that chalk finish on top.
No, I mean the
You should be on like your 4th, right?
yeah, this is the 4th box.
Hot?
Ollie, watch out.
Oliver!
So how hard is it?
It just medium. That's good. One more, little tap. Too much, but that's good. And then gently. A little bit.
Not bad.
Okay, it's been a little while, and I'm gonna go ahead before it gets dark and put one coating of this. I'm gonna do just like the places where Jaxon would like grab it, and then obviously like the top of the dressers and the knobs and everything, but hopefully that will help to protect it from scratching off. So I did paint this all over the surfaces, especially the surfaces where he will be touching a lot, but I don't think it works that great. I did actually go back and paint a layer of polyacrylic over everything too, just to make sure that it was extra durable. All right, that is the end of day 1.
Almost.
Jaxon's pulling all the little clips up. We do need to do some quarter rounds, and I need to, like, obviously I'm going to be painting, like you said, the trim and all that. So, but there is the floor. He worked so hard. It's like 10 o'clock tonight. Jaxon was a big help, and oh my goodness, what a difference! What a difference a day makes. Okay, so it is day number 2, and right now the flooring is finished, like I showed you last night. Marion and Michael, my son Michael, is here, and he's gonna help bring in all the furniture from outside. This is the comforter, in case you missed the video where I was showing it. I got this on Amazon, and I've been saving it since like January, but I'm excited to put this on. It's navy and white. I don't know if it shows navy, but that is gonna be the comforter that goes on his bed. This is just a bin of clothes I need to put back in the closet. I pulled it out this morning. But they're gonna bring the furniture in now and just put it like over here maybe, or in the center. Probably not today, but maybe this evening. Maybe this evening I'm gonna be painting in here. I need to do all the painting of the trim and everything. But right now I have to go patch the hole in the closet door, because where we took out the doorknob. So this is the one side. We actually had to like switch them around and figure out what was going to be the front, and this is actually going to be the front of this one. So I'm going to paint them both white, but I'm not going to paint them until I'm painting everything. You know, I don't want to get all my paint out and then put it away, and you know, so probably this evening. So right now they're going to bring in the furniture. I'm going to patch the hole, and then we'll have to take things slowly. It's a Sunday and it's a busy day today. They're going fishing, so trying to fit everything in. But here's my living room. Here they come with the dresser. I'm so glad that you came just in time. Alright, I just have this door laying on my bed right now, but this is the patch that I got. And it's only one patch, I didn't realize. So we'll only do the outside of this doorknob hole, but it's metal, so it should be pretty sturdy. Anyway, I'm just going to do this real quick. So you just do like that, and then you put some, I have this dust control joint compound left over from Madison's room, so I'm going to put that on there, let it dry, then sand it and redo it until it's smooth as can be, and then it'll be done. Alright, so that is done for now. We'll let that dry and then I'll sand it and redo that. Probably won't be today when I'm able to paint these walls, but I mean these doors, but that'll be the next big project. Okay, it is day 3 of this bedroom makeover. We did move these sort of in place yesterday just so Jackson could go ahead and sleep in here last night. So I'm going to move these away from the wall though now, because I'm going to go ahead and paint the trim. And I'm going to touch up the blue, and I'm also going to do like a white, like a lot of whitewashing over this wall. I don't want to paint over it totally, but I definitely want to tone it down. So I just have, this is the paint that's on the walls. I don't even remember the color, but we got it at Lowe's. And then I have some white paint just to go along the trim, and got a brush and a roller. And then I'm going to paint these doors white, and then after the white dries, then I'll go over, and there's like several more steps I'll be doing. So I'm going to start by just painting those white. So you can see on the right side of the wall, I had already started just to sort of like whitewash it a little bit, just to see what it would look like and how much white I wanted to put on it before I did the baseboards. But that's what I was doing there, just trying to see what it looked like. And then I went and did the baseboards, and then I'll come back and finish that entire wall. So I do want to mention that in this video, Marion did not put the quarter rounds along the bottom of the baseboards. It goes between the baseboard and the flooring to like cover the gap of the wood and everything, just to finish it off. But he did put those on, and they look amazing. And I wish that I had put them in this video, but I did not. But I do show them in an upcoming vlog. So make sure that you're subscribed. You don't want to miss that. It really just gives it like that finished look. It looks amazing. Okay, so I did all the touch-ups, all the spots that I thought needed some white or some blue. It's a very light blue. It almost looks white in this light, but it's a very light blue. And sorry, whenever I go in front of that window, it drowns it all out. But this does look a whole lot better. I definitely like it toned down like that. I may one day paint over it, I'm not sure. I do have a video on that, which I will link in the description box, how I did it. It was kind of trial and error. I've done faux barnwood walls in my house before, but this one was a little different. I definitely did it darker, and I added some browns and black. And anyway, I wanted to tone it down a little bit, but not totally paint over it this time. And since the floors are so dark, though, I wanted to keep, you know, the light walls. So I've just leaned the doors here up against the wall, and I'm gonna use a roller and roll these with white. And once they're dry, then I'm gonna come back and do some other things to it. Okay, so originally my thought was I wanted to do barn doors on the closet, but pricing them and realistically I didn't want big heavy doors, and it's a small room, and so I thought maybe I could make the barn doors by the hardware. So I looked at that. The hardware on Amazon is like $90 just for the hardware, and then you have to buy the wood, and wood is expensive right now, and you have to buy you know, everything to put it together, and it's a lot of work. And I thought if I could paint them to look like barnwood, then I was going to do that. But then we ended up going with the darker floors, and so I don't want the dark doors. Also, if we had gone with a lighter floor, I would have done darker, you know, barn doors. So then I thought, I have painted this before, and I've painted other walls to look like barnwood, and so I decided that that's what I'm gonna do. So I did look on Pinterest for some inspiration, and I hope you can see it, but this is the door that I'm gonna use for inspiration. It's done only with paint. It doesn't look like it's paint, it actually looks like wood planks, but it's great because when you don't have, when you don't wanna add the weight to the door, to, you know, if I was to put the wood on the door, it would just weight it down, and I just want something simple that I can do myself. So I'm going to attempt to do that. So I'm going to follow the directions that she said. She just used a Sharpie to make the lines. When I did these walls, I just used gray paint on a thin paintbrush, but I think I'm going to use Sharpie for these, and then some gray paint and some brown paint to just fill in. So it's going to be, you know, a learning as I go process, but I'm going to go ahead and use a pencil and a ruler and just draw out my design on the door first. So I figured it probably about a 4-inch plank would be how I want to do it. So wish me luck. So I'm just gonna measure 4 inches down. I'm gonna have a piece, like a piece on each side, framing it, and then I'll do a piece in the middle, and then probably the diagonal. Let's see, I guess it would go this way and that way. So I'm just gonna measure in 4 inches all the way down, and then I'll make a straight line. Okay, so this was all pretty trial and error. I just, like I said, measured every 4 inches, and I used my ruler, and it was some of the paint was starting to peel off when I would write on it, but it was okay. I knew I was going to go back and paint anything, and any, you know, things that I messed up, I could probably cover with paint. And you'll see in a minute, I did mess up with the Sharpie a little bit, and I was trying this right here, like the angled lines in the middle, I just kind of did kind of free-handed. I measured like 2 inches away from the center on each side, but it's not perfect. My lines are not perfect, and it's kind of supposed to look abstract. You know, if it was made with barnwood, it wouldn't look perfect anyway, but I went over them with pencil, and now I'm going over them with Sharpie, and I'll stand back in a minute and let you see what it looks like. The overall effect at the end I really am happy with. But it was like a little tedious, and I did make a few mistakes, but hopefully they don't show up too much. You can see the diagonal planks were actually supposed to be opposite, and I didn't realize when I was when I was drawing them, I actually drew them going the same way, but I just went with it. I think it still looks really cool. It looks like barnwood. And so after I did that, I just took some Waverly chalk paint in the color Elephant. It's kind of it's a gray, but it's also kind of brown too. So I was going to go in with several shades, but this one was all I needed. So I just kind of dry brushed, and I started out doing it lighter, you'll see, and then I kind of got darker as I went along because I got a little braver and realized that I did like how it was looking. So don't be afraid to like do things like with paint. You can always repaint over stuff, and I just feel like if you don't try it, you'll never know. So I just took my paintbrush and started, and I thought, you know, what's the worst that can happen? I'll have to repaint it. But I was really happy with the way that it turned out. All right, door 1 is finished, obviously, except for the polyacrylic. And that's what it looks like next to that one. They're gonna have black hinges on them, and then they're gonna have black handles on each door. So quite an improvement from that to that. So it is what day, let's see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, day 4 working on this room. Marion is working on chiseling this out so he can put the hinges on it, but he did already hang the one door that I have not painted. So I'll show you what that looks like. Hung up, and then once the other one is there, then I can paint it and make sure that the lines line up. I also picked up these at Lowe's today. For the handles, they're kind of big, so I'm not positive if they will work. What is that, Ollie? But that's kind of what I wanted. The hinges are black, and then to have the black handle. It's currently a severe thunderstorm warning. Thankfully, we got home in time. He was doing this outside, but like I just showed you, it is storming outside, so he's having to do this one on the inside, and so there's just a mess. Okay, so it's a few hours later. Marion did get the doors hung. They are not straight up here at the top, so he was going to try and like shave off some of this off the top, but it is proving to be a huge hassle, so he's still going to work on that. But I'm going to go ahead and do the second door to match the first one. And I won't film that because I just show you how I did the first one. It's just going to be the same technique, and I'm going to then put a good 2 to 3 coats of polyacrylic on the front. I actually probably need to coat the back too, just to make sure there's no peeling. And that is the next big thing. And then I'm going to be cleaning out the closet. I'm going to be arranging this room. Jaxon doesn't want his bed here in the center. I did just, you know, show you. I put his bed in here, and I was going to put his nightstand here and his dresser over here, but he doesn't want it in the center. So I'm going to try and respect that. It's difficult for me because it just looks a lot better, but it's possible we may have to leave the dresser right here, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how it all goes. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and do the second door. It's late tonight, and I want to get this done. So that is what they look like with the handles on, and I drew some little like nails on there, and I went in and just freehanded some little hinges. I wasn't like, this was nowhere near perfect, and I'm okay with that. And I just think that they look so nice compared to the plain cheap, you know, white closet doors. I paid $15 for each door, so it was a steal compared to how much I would have paid if I had actually done barnwood. And now I'm just gonna start putting things together in the room. It's finished, and so I'm just gonna like try to organize his things. He did come through and do a little bit of changing after I, you know, put everything up, but I did buy these wall hang. I bought several things for the wall, and I did show them in a haul video, which, like I said, I'll link that down below. I'll try to also link any of these that I'm able to, but I picked these up at Hobby Lobby, and then I tried to like arrange everything on the floor. That's good to do that before you put it on the wall, so you get an idea of how things are going to be spaced. This is that white star, and I just took some of the elephant gray paint and just kind of dry brushed it on that as well. And then that lion picture, I love that. He loves lions, so I wanted to have that. I got it at Hobby Lobby. And then I just put a few of my mixed tiles on the wall too. And this is a picture that I made with my scrapbook software a long time ago for him. I love that verse, Joshua 1:9, and I wanted it right there so that he can like see it when he's laying in his bed. And then this is just, you know, a poster board, not poster board, what's this called? like a cork board, you know, when you were kids, you put all your little pictures and things on it. And then I just had this leftover like wooden tray, and I thought it'd be more organized to keep that on his dresser for all his little knickknacks. He's like a collector, I always call him, and so he's always got little things everywhere, and I thought this would make him look a little bit nicer. I got this lamp at TJ Maxx. I'm not sure that I'll be able to link this, but it was only $15 at TJ Maxx, and I love the wire. It matches his light. And then I just put a few of his little knickknacks on his nightstand. That nightstand actually came from someone was throwing it away, and my sister grabbed it, and I got to benefit from it. And then I picked up just a simple navy blue valance. I liked that better than the long curtains that get squished behind his bed and everything. It's a cleaner look. And then this is the beautiful bedspread that I got. I'll link it down below. I got it on Amazon. I believe it was $30 for the twin size, and I love it. It's probably my favorite part of the room, and he's at the age where he just doesn't really care what it looked like, so I got to pick the one I liked. And of course, it's got to have his lion pillow. And now I'm just going to go ahead and vacuum, clean up a little bit, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I'll give you a few befores and let you see the after. Okay, I hope that you enjoy these before and afters. We've come a long way. It was a big project, but it feels so good to have it finished, and it looks amazing. And when you compare the two, it's really pretty drastic. That floor made such a huge difference. I love the wall that I whitewashed. I did go ahead and keep his furniture placed the way that he wanted it, because I do need to respect that it is his room, and you know, that's how he wants it. So the dresser being by the door was not my first choice, but it's okay. It works. It's functional, and he's happy, so that's what matters. He does have a full trash can all the time, as you can see in that before picture. He still has a full trash can in the after, almost. But that, whatever, at least his trash is in the trash can, right? I mean, you got to choose your battles. But I was really happy with the way that the wood wall and the wood floor and the wood doors didn't I was hoping that they would look like that they would flow together, and I think they did nicely. I think that his decor and bedding and everything is something that he can grow into and grow with as he enters his teenage years. He's a boy, and he doesn't really care too much about decor, but there's a few things he loves. He does love lions, so I got his lion pillow from IKEA last year, so if I can find that, I'll link it. And the lion picture came from Hobby Lobby. He just there's a few things he really loves, and lions are one of them. I did keep his like laundry basket in the corner that just has a few toys in it. You know, he doesn't play with toys anymore, but he likes his Nerf guns, and he likes his bow and arrows, and he's got some Legos and books and things in his closet. And so I did, you know, keep that one basket in the corner with a few things. It's been dwindling down over the years, but anyway, I'll give you a peek into the closet. It's so nice to have those doors to just close it and hide it. And he's actually got like a closet within a closet. In the back of his closet, he has an extra one.
hard to describe, but it's nice to just be able to store everything away and just close those doors. Marion did a great job hanging those and fitting them. And I did get those at Habitat Restore. I don't know if I mentioned that in this video, but they were $15 a door, and it was a great deal. And then we spent another $20 on hardware, so it was about $50 total for the 2 doors. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this gave you some motivation or some inspiration if you have a teenage son, you're not really sure. I just really like the look of it. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you give this video a thumbs up and make sure that you are subscribed if you haven't already. I will be doing some more room makeovers pretty soon. You don't want to miss those. I love you guys so much, and I'm praying for you always, and you know I appreciate you, every single one of you. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.